story in many ways, and so simply made. I love movies that are confined to a space, and it's something that just like tells a story about people, and that's ultimately what we're looking for. What inspired you to make this story?
I was writing. I wanted to write a story about people. You know, we all have things that hold us back. So I sort of was building every character as like everyone had something that held them back. And when I originally was writing, I didn't have the intention of having the lead character be in a wheelchair. And then as I was writing it, it just kind of made sense to me, and I just went from there.
And tell us a little bit about the production, how you put this together. How long was the shoots?
Okay, so after I wrote the script, I raised a little bit of money on Kickstarter, and then I started producing it, and then, I mean, it was really tight and it was really fast. We shot in 9 days, yeah, it was just maybe 2 takes for each scene. There was no rehearsals. I think there were 2 scenes we had to block out physically. The scene on the beach when they're all facing the ocean, and I knew it was so cold. It was so cold. It was shot in January in Maine, and it was so cold that I knew we had to. So it was the night before. I think we spent 30 minutes. I mean, I really didn't have any time. I was doing everything, and at night I'd had to look at the footage, and yeah, and I had to do other things. So, yeah.
Did you have fun making it?
I had the best time I've ever had in my whole life. Hands down, like the best. When it ended, it was sad. It was sad. Yeah.
Where has the film gone? What are your hopes for the film?
So the world premiere was at Seattle, the Seattle International Film Festival in May of last year, 2015. I got a small distribution deal from that, but that doesn't mean money. That does not mean money. It's a whole different ballgame now. And so I think they're trying to sort of sell the film outside of the country and see, you know, if just anyone is interested in it. And then the final stop would be Amazon or Netflix. That would be sort of towards the end. That would be maybe not for at least another year. And I got a review in Variety, which was really positive, and that sort of allowed me to get representation in LA as a writer and director, and I'm just writing a lot right now.
It's wonderful. I'd love to open it for any questions or comments from the audience, and I see some along the way.
Thank you. I'm wondering if you always had in mind to play that particular character, and question number 2 is, how do I get the soundtrack?
Okay, I'm so glad you asked that second question, because, hold on, the first question is, what was the first question? Sorry.
It's really your character.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so my friends are in the film, and I wrote each part for each person, so I always had that part in mind for myself. And as I was writing it, I made sure that, you know, I knew I was directing it, so I made sure that I wasn't going to be on the beach, you know, so I just did it as, you know, I wrote it as easily as I could for myself, even though it was such a nuisance to be in it as well. It was hard, and it was just not, I don't think I would do that again. And then as for the soundtrack, I have many musician friends, maybe possibly more musician friends than actor friends, but this person here, John Darling, raise your hand please, he was probably on half of that soundtrack. When you hear that male voice singing, that was him, and that was his songs. And the other songs that had the female voice is his sister. Yeah, Julia Darling, and that's John Darling. Yeah.
Do you have a band?
Where are you playing next? Where do we hear you next?
I'll be playing with my sister at Arlington's Grocery, and I forgot the date. May 21st.
No, they're like
Good thing your
amazing.
agent's with you.
And I used to live in New York, so and I met them and have been friends with them for a while, and I sent them my trailer and said, I need stuff, and they just, okay, just sent it. Lovely. Yeah, it was great, right? The soundtrack is great, yes.
Great soundtrack. There's a question up on top.
Earlier, Yitzi sort of somewhat unhandedly referred to this as the disabilities version of The Big Chill. And I'm wondering whether you were inspired by that at all, since the storylines seem to have a lot in common.
You know, I saw The Big Chill once, and I don't know, it wasn't in my mind at all. And then after, because it was a long time ago that I saw that, and maybe, you know, I don't know what part of my brain remembered it, but I don't think consciously I was thinking about it. And then when one of the actors read the script, she said, oh, like Big Chill, and I was like, oh. So then I watched it after that. It was like about 2 weeks before I shot it, just to see. Yeah, I see the similarities, but
There's a natural concept of, you know, the friends on the weekend. There's actually another film that Kenneth Branagh directed called Peter's Friends. I don't know if anybody's seen that. Yeah. And I remember there was a period, actually, it was, I guess, you know, like 80s till early 90s, where films on this topic were kind of being made of just like, you know, friends in an experience in a closed space together. I mean, even The Breakfast Club fits into that genre for those who are fans. Any Breakfast Club fans here? But the truth is, it hasn't been made in so long, and I think it takes a certain talent to make it authentic, to make the characters all fit in together, that you're not just like forcing a bunch of pretty people into the same room. And I think that's one of the things that makes this film successful, and in some ways even better than The Big Chill.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that. Tom hands one there.
Thank you. What a beautiful film.
Thank you.
Truly a tremendous soundtrack. If I was to purchase it, since I want to share this experience with people at home, where is it available?
So it's not yet, but I have a Facebook page, and you just look up Happy 40th with the 40th, Happy 40th, and if you like the page, I post all the time on it when I'm at a festival, and surely when it makes its stop at the Netflix, Amazon, I'll definitely post that then. So, but other than that, it's not available. Like, it's, I mean, festivals, but yeah.
You get to see it here first. Tell your friends to come to Real Abilities. They'll see good things.
Hi.
Hi.
I didn't really get a chance to talk to you this morning, but I wanted to congratulate you and let you know how much I enjoyed the film. I was on the selection committee, and people gave us a lot of grief because it was more mainstream, it was a drama, but I thought all the more reason, because we could all relate to this stuff, and everybody has something. And you portrayed this, and now that I know it was only made in a few days, the spontaneity added to the grit, and I'm so impressed. It had grit, and it's a buzzword these days, but it hurt. It hurt, and it was raw, and I really, hats off.
Thank you.
You made me cry.
Thank you so much.
Often. Last.
Thank you.
Here we go.
We're going to take 2 more comments up here.
I had to laugh when you said that you wrote it to be easy. How did you switch your head out of the intensely emotional acting and be the director of a scene that you were in? Are you like two people?
No, you know, the thing is like, my honest answer is that I didn't have time to think about anything, and I was so so focused. I've never been that focused in my entire life, never. And I just sort of just took each step, okay, yeah, you know, camera there, okay, great, okay. And then also we didn't have a continuity person, so it was like, okay, well, you were wearing this, no, you had the red lipstick on. It was just, really just, it was so much that when I had to be in a scene, it was just the same. I just wasn't even thinking about it, just did it. And I think I always was running on, we got to get through the day, we got to get through this next scene, we have to, and it just, I just didn't think about it. That's my honest answer. I didn't think about it, but I did enjoy. I had 2 days out of those 9 days that I only had to, you know, wear sweatpants and be the director, and I was so happy. I was so happy. Yeah.
Did you shoot in sequence or?
No, we shot. So whenever, you know, in their bedroom, all those scenes all at once. So it was like, and then outdoors was just outdoors, and then we were praying for a snowstorm, and we didn't have it at the beginning, so we had to reshoot a couple of the driveway scenes so the snow would be there, and yeah, there's a lot of elements.
One last question up there.
Yeah. Any of the characters are based on a true story?
Excuse me?
Any of the characters are based on true stories?
No, you know, I think
who's having an affair in your life?
People always ask me that, and I feel like I feel like every character is a combination of everyone I've known and myself all rolled into one. That's how it feels to me. Yeah.
Thank you so much for a really brave and beautiful film. Folks, thank you so much for coming. Tomorrow night we have another fabulous night of films, A Blind Hero at 6:30, and then Patrick's Day at 8:30. Don't miss these. They're fantastic. And then closing night, In Harmony, is not to be missed. These films come to the city. You know, you don't see them here, you're not going to see them on Amazon for a while. So please join us, and we look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much. Help spread the word. And we love feedback, so give us our feedback forms right outside.